Can you guys hear me at all? Okay. How about now? Can you hear me now? Because I had to restart the actual streaming software. Yeah, it should be buffering because I had to turn it off and back on again. Can you hear me now? I apologize. Something happened to the audio right before I came on. Okay, good. Hope it doesn't create two shows, but so, hello everybody. Sorry I've been away a couple days. Just needed a break, really. But I also sort of reconfigured my whole computer and everything. It was just I took the computer out from where it was, and if you guys remember, I was having problems every once in a while, and man, it was like everything was clogged up. All of the I have like 6 fans on it, 2 in the back, 2 in the top, 1 underneath, a couple underneath, I think. And then it was just full of dust, like caked in. It was probably getting so hot in there. So I just cleaned it all out, vacuumed it, reorganized everything. And so now it seems like it's working better, other than what just happened a few minutes ago. But the reality is sometimes I just need to have a day off. All right. So there was a press conference today in the missing girl from Lumberton, the 13-year-old. Let me turn that up a little. Her name is it's hard for me to remember it, actually. Let's see, Hania Aguilar. All right, and Stephanie sent. I had seen it, but I didn't store it, and she resent me the link to the sort of a recap of the case right here. So I thought it'd be kind of interesting to figure out some locations, and I did find exactly where the Jeep was, or the SUV, and it was pretty interesting. It's kind of similar to some of the Molly Tibbetts investigations, how things seem a certain way, but then they're not. All right, so this article says it's been over a week since anyone has seen or heard from the 13-year-old Hania Aguilar. On Monday, November 5th, the teen was forced into a stolen green SUV while she was outside her Lumberton home. At 7 a.m., a man wearing a black and yellow bandana forced Hania into a stolen SUV while she was warming up her family's car to go to school. See, there's something about that. The theory that I'm developing in my head, based on the facts, is that it's maybe she knew she was contacting. It's kind of similar to the Jamie Kloss case. One of the theories in there, like maybe she was communicating with somebody, and that person. I mean, it's just so weird to me that she turned on the car and it was already being warmed up, and then this guy just, miraculously shows up deep into the mobile home and, quote, forces her into the car. We don't even know if that's accurate at this point. 7 a.m., a man wearing all black and yellow bandana forced Hania into a stolen SUV while she was warming up her family car to go to school. 3 hours later, authorities issue an Amber Alert for the missing teen. An FBI agent reads a message from the girl's mother. This is on the 6th. I just want my daughter back with me. I'm here waiting for you. I love you and only care about you. And only care about you. Huh. Interesting. I don't have anything against whoever did this to you. I just want you back. Sort of like, see, kind of has rings a little bit in that same vein as well. The FBI offers, this is on the 7th, last Wednesday, $15,000 reward for information leading to Hania's whereabouts. The FBI released surveillance video of the stolen SUV seen in Lumberton moments after the kidnapping. And that's the vehicle right there. It's driving towards 41, I believe, and then takes a left. You can even see it's making that turn, and then it drives by again. So there's actually 3 shots of the SUV at 6:52 in the morning. So that is the family SUV. They made it sound like when they say he took her in a stolen SUV, it's a little misleading. I don't know why they don't just say he took her in the family's SUV. Doesn't that make more sense?
Hi.
All right. And then on Thursday, November 8th, I guess, hold on, it looks like there was a vigil also on November 7th at 7:30 p.m. Thursday, November 8th. A lot of times I think those vigils are held just to see who might show up. Law enforcement's all over those. 10 a.m., authorities locate the SUV used in the teen's kidnapping. 3:30 p.m., the FBI releases video of a man seen walking near Hania's abduction site. And that's this video right here. So I think they think this is the person. Although, what's weird is they say he had a light hoodie on. Now, right there, I originally thought that right there was a cigarette. Okay? But I don't think that is a cigarette anymore. I think that's like a cell phone. And maybe he has a cigarette also, but it doesn't work like that. Okay? So, right now, he's probably looking at the front of the cell phone. See, that's why I'm sort of leaning towards him being in communication. See how it's still lit? A cigarette doesn't stay. It's only when you inhale does it make the glow, right? And it's not going to keep lighting up your entire hand. I think that's a cell phone, for sure. And let's see, that same day on the 8th, her mother spoke. Let's see what she said here.
Que me la devuelva, porque la extraño. Es una niña muy dulce, muy buena. Yo lo dije ayer.
I guess it's in Spanish.
Créeme, esa persona que la tiene. Devuélveme a mi hija. La necesito. Estoy sufriendo por ella. Sus hermanas también. No tengo palabras ahora mismo para describir lo que siento y le pido a la comunidad hispana
I'd
que
like to
por
have
favor
the
me ayuden, que
translation
compartan
of that.
que mi hija no es una niña mala, como están especulando. No es una niña que tal vez haya huido con alguien. Simplemente mi hija es mi hija y la quiero de vuelta. La amo. Es lo único que quiero, que regrese. Y que Dios bendiga a la persona que la lleva. Soy una persona de fe, creo en Dios, lo he creído siempre. Y yo sé que mi hija está bien contigo, donde quiera que la tengas.
I believe, as
Dios te
always,
está bendiciendo. No te guardo rencor.
Yeah, I'd love to hear what she has to say. So if
Okay,
anybody
creo en
wants
Dios.
to translate that and then put it
Creo
into the
que
comments on YouTube or in here, that'd be great. Because that could give you a hint into kind of what she knows a little bit. All right, and let's see, November 9th, Roy Cooper announced the state would add $5,000 to the FBI reward for information that helps find Hania. Sunday, yesterday, the investigators were searching near the girl's home by Rosewood Mobile Home Park, Quincy Drive. Hania is 5 foot and weighs 126 pounds. She has long black hair, brown eyes, and braces. She was last seen wearing a blue shirt and flowers and blue jeans. Anyone with information about her whereabouts is asked to call the FBI tip line at 910-272-5871. And then Monday, the 12th afternoon, investigators held a news conference about the investigation. There were no major breaks in the case, but FBI agents said evidence found in the recovered SUV has been sent to the federal agency crime lab, probably swabs on the steering wheel and so forth. Virginia authorities continued to ask for public's help, any scrap of information that may lead to a breakthrough in the case. All right, now let's go over to the press conference. So here it is right here.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Michael McNeil with the Lumberton Police Department. Listen, folks, I want to get this to the community and I want to get it to the press. I just want to tell you this. It breaks my heart to stand here before you 5 days later after Hania's been missing and kidnapped and not have her back home yet. I'm telling you, folks, it hurts me now deep in the heart to know that she's not back home yet to her mother and back to this community. But let me be...
And see, listen, this is in Lumberton, right? So you see the difference here. You have a, quote, innocent girl who apparently was going to school, and now everybody's, press conferences, the FBI, everybody's getting involved. But when you have, people apparently into prostitution and doing drugs and they get murdered, it's way down the list. There isn't any of this kind of information. So this gives you a clear indication of what I've talked about.
Let me tell you one thing I need to tell you. We are working real hard with all the law enforcement partners we've got, all the community that we have here. They're working hard to bring her home to her family, which is my family early. Also. In addition to the $15,000 reward being offered by the FBI, our governor's office today reported that they will give us additional $5,000 reward to help find Hania. We are grateful to everyone for their support and all the prayers that we're having, including the law enforcement community, praying for them as we pray to try to get Hania back home to her family. I encourage you all to pray and keep supporting each other and during this difficult time in the Lumberton community. Today, the North Carolina Emergency Management Office conducted a ground search within a mile of where the stolen vehicle was found in the area of Quincy Drive. The groups are specially trained to search for evidence that could help us find Hania. They checked all the abandoned buildings in the area that they could check. Now we're asking anyone who lives within the mile of Quincy Drive to check your own property, check your outsheds, your outbuildings. You know them better than we do and better than the search team does. And call our tip line at 910-272-5871 if anyone see anything unusual or out of place on their property. You know your property better than we can, and you can spot things that don't belong there. And we're sending this message out to the community, even though we had our search team out. The community know their buildings, they know their outsheds, they know that things that don't belong on their property and what should belong on their property. We process the SUV, the stolen vehicle, and hope it may offer us clues in our desperate search to bring Hania back home. At this time, I'll turn it over to Andy with the FBI.
Thank you.
You know what I would do nowadays in cases? I would immediately swab an area where the killer or whoever does a crime, any crime really, touches it. You swab it, and then you send in to Paranormal nanolabs to get the phenotype, and then just quickly do check ancestry.com. I mean, you just never know, right? I mean, I would do that first. It saves a lot of time. I mean, the truth is that police departments need to actually have their own genealogist person that works there now. Okay, that's the truth. Now this guy, he mentions a street name in here, but I can't find it. If you guys can understand what he's saying, it would be great.
Chief, it's been 24 hours since we released the video of a man walking on surveillance video near the kidnapping scene, and we still don't have him identified. Someone knows this man, and we need you to call us with information. Maybe you recognize the way he walks, his mannerisms, or maybe he'll recognize himself on TV. The public was critical in the discovery to locate the stolen SUV yesterday. Please, we need you to come through again for us. Who's the man on the video? Let me describe it for you again. The man is wearing light-colored shoes, a light-colored shirt, and a hoodie. He's walking down Lambeth Street.
Okay, what is that?
He turns left on Highway.
Okay, what street was that? Down... Oh, Lambeth? Is that what you said? Okay. I couldn't find Lambeth, though. I was looking for something that sounded... I know the other part. The Elizabethtown Highway 41. I just wanted to know where Lambeth. That's all I was asking. Okay, Lambeth. All right. I just couldn't make out what the hell he was saying. Wow, so that's way the hell over there. He was walking a long ways. All right. It's over here. Let me put the... Ah, crap. Jeez. Second, I'm trying to find my folder now. I don't want to... I hate when everything gets spread out all over the place. Oh man, it's way the hell up there. Hold on. Okay, so I have it underneath my Lumberton folder that's really old. Right. Okay. So, must have walked, taken that left right there. Let me see if we can actually see this. I have, I did some kind of cool on Adobe Premiere. So down at this last portion right here, you see this part right here? They made it dark for some reason. Like people can't see with their eyes. Like, oh, look. Yeah. Look at it. You know, see how they make it dark so that you can follow the guy? It's like, I don't need that. We don't need that. I want the context of it. That doesn't help anybody with anything. So what I did was I took this image right here, right? And I put it behind the footage that the FBI released, because they also released this bright image. And then I did a moving matte with the highlighted area, so that he's just walking in a lit area like this. But it looks a little bit funny because sometimes a car will drive by, but you can't see the car because this back image is a still, right? So in the car, there would be a car that drives by in the square that's with him, but you can't see it. So watch, let me show you. Well, first let me show you what they gave us, right? So... this is one of the shots they have. This is down 41 right here, I would imagine. You see that? So this kind of stuff doesn't help me at all, right? So this is what they have. This dark, and see, it looks like he's looking at a cell phone there. You see how it's held up, and then he puts it close up a little higher? I definitely think that's a cell phone. I don't think that is I didn't do this part here. What I'm saying is, this is what the FBI released. Now what I made was this right here. Now you see this? Now he's walking. in the lit area. Like the whole video's lit. Because I'm scrolling along with him. You can kind of barely make it out to him right there. But as he's walking by, you'll see a car go through his little window that he's on. See how it's lit up that car right there? And then, there goes a car. Right? But I just wanted to see him walking in the lit area. It just gives a better perspective of the whole overall look of where he was walking, right? So this is what the FBI released right there, and then I just took their cube and put it on the one light frame that they gave us. So there you go. So I'm assuming that they gave these out in chronological order. So let's take a look at that. See if we can see that really quick on that street on Lambeth. That almost kind of looked like it could have been that one. I don't know though. Hold on. No, I don't think so. No? Yeah, no, there's no telephone pole there. I think it's closer walking this way too. This might be this. I think it's that one right there. Well, let's see. It has a better chance because of this telephone pole here. Although, telephone pole, you got sideboards and the side of the house with 2 windows. Yeah, it does have 2 windows. I think that's it. That's it right there. So that is it right there. This house right here is the house. You got the telephone pole. That means the camera was probably over here. You know, hell, it was maybe even that right there. You can kind of see this little, I don't know if that's, well, it could be a shadow. Maybe it's up here. But I think the camera is on this building. It's hard to ever say what time, you know, when the street view, I could get the date on a different page, but I don't know where the camera is exactly on that building. But it's filming across the street, this direction, and that's it. All right, so let's just mark surveillance shot 1 was right there. All right. But a lot of these are like 2008. All right. Get back to the video. So he walks here, and then I think right here is where he turns left on the 41. Oh, there's a budget. Let's see if that's there, just to double check. Hopefully it's there, but yeah, it kind of looks like that could be a budget right there. Just a second. Yeah, I bet you it became a budget. There it is, budget right there. So, you know, the signs and everything might be different now, but this is budget. All right, that was just a double check right there. So that's it, and let's keep walking around. So it's interesting that he was walking there. Like, what the hell was over there? And I believe now he's on 41. I wasn't able to do the same thing with this shot because all they provided was the entire time it was dark. So I'd like to see him just walking with the real light of the area. You know, not how they want to give it to us. Like, you see how that began? See, that was cool. The way this began, you see him right down here. See, they should have just kept it that way. So I tried to mimic that, but I really do. I think that is a cell phone. So I'm going to make another sequence here, and then bring in the previous sequence. And then we can zoom in on that without having to worry about the layers. Yeah, so I'm going to zoom in. See, that one almost looks like he was having a drink or something, right? The way he did that. That's crazy. But watch it. It's almost like well, maybe not. It's hard to say, but it sort of looked like he was eating something right there. Watch it, it'll turn out this guy has nothing to do with anything. See, right there, it looked like that was a bite of something. Did you see that? Yeah, see, well, the whole thing is I don't think, it just seems like it has to be, it doesn't have to be, but it's likely that she knew he was coming, but it turned out it was the guy wasn't who she thought, or something like that. It's really odd to me, this whole, like, why would you start the car? Because remember they said, oh, like she did, how often does she normally start the car, is what I want to know. Yeah, he's got a Freaks mug in his hand. See right there, it's holding that, and then right there, it almost seemed like that was a drink of something. But that doesn't make sense when you look at the other shots that we have. I'm going to go back to the first sequence. Yeah, it's almost like a styrofoam white cup, right? But see, that was weird right there. That one's the one that looked like a puff, right? Like in his hand, and then it gets really light right there, then puts it down. But then why is it still lit like that? What do you guys think that is? I mean, it seemed like a cigarette, but then why did it still stay lit? The cigarettes don't do that. You take your drag, it makes the red cherry thing, lights up, and then as soon as you're done puffing, it doesn't do that. A vape. Vapes stay bright like that the whole time? Well, I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Maybe it was a styrofoam cup on that one shot, but I don't know. See, right there, he's probably still got it in his hand. And right there, see how it got lit right there? See, that looked more like a drag of something. See, it like, look at, I'm going to zoom in on this one for you guys. All right, hold on. All right. Oh crap. Let's see. Let me move it. See that? What do you? That looks like he's taking a drag of something. Hell, I guess he could have a cell phone and a cigarette. He did walk. It's quite a bit of a walk. It wasn't some really short walk. But man, right there, it sure looks like he's taking a drag. Right there. And he just keeps on walking. I know. I thought it was a phone early on, but it's weird that you'd move it up that quick and then let your hand droop. You know when you're smoking a cigarette, you see someone, they take a drag, and then immediately they let their arm go limp and they walk normally just with a cigarette between their fingers. But if you have a cell phone, you don't normally do that. You look at it and then you kind of keep it sort of held where his hand is swinging freely. Now, a cigarette won't put off a lot of light unless you're taking a puff from it. Just walking around with a cigarette in your hand would put off very little light unless you're taking a drag. In some of these other shots, it's lit the whole time. Like this one right here, okay? So see how it's walking and it's just lit? That looks like a cell phone there. Because that one he's just holding up and he's looking at it. You see there's a big difference there in these shots. So then right there, though, he brought it right up to his face. Looked like he was taking a drink out of his cell phone. I mean, it's driving me nuts. Yeah. All right, so they did find his vehicle. And here's something that was interesting about that. Well, let me try to locate these locations, though. So we got that one. And then let's see if we can find. So we know this one's going to be on 41 right here. And since now that we know that he came out so far away over here, I'm going to guess that that's actually, this shot's going to be right here. It's going to come right out of that. That was going to be my guess, but I don't think that's. I was thinking maybe the budget would have a camera on it. But what we're looking for, there's like a picket fence to the right. And since he's walking to the left, that means he's going, this is the right side to look on. Let me see that again. See right there in the light? Let's wait till he walks by it. But that looks like a side street that has a white picket fence on it. Ish. White picket fence-ish. And there's some kind of big tire thing. Alright, so I'm going to stop it right there. Go back to Google Earth and just start going down this way. Basically, I'm going to walk backwards. And this is all just hoping that the street view was before somebody built a fence or things like that. Okay, that's like a main road. I'm going like this because this looks about like the angle that we want to look down that side street. Yeah, we're still quite oh wait, I'm going the wrong way. So yeah, you weren't going to find it on that direction. Sorry about that. I got turned around when I went out there. So it's this direction. Okay. Just make sure this time. Yeah. Just looking for the little picket fence with the tire next to it. Hopefully it's still there. I don't know if it's a tire, but it looked like a big tire. Okay, so we still got a ways to go there. Yeah, come on. I know that's not it, but let me look back at that again. So you got a street coming out there, and then it looks like another street there, but he's walking down 41. So there is that street. Paradise Auto Sales. God, it almost feels like this. Even though the picket fence isn't there, it looks pretty good, that spot. But let's keep going. Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is probably from like 8 years ago, the street view, so we're not, you know, if the fence was put in later, although I see something right here maybe. Nah, I think you'd see that building, but I was kind of looking for something like that. Yeah, so we're right there. Yeah, let me look at the next one. So this should be pretty easy right here. So this camera's underneath, and then there's a building. Let's see. So if they're in order, maybe that'll help. Sometimes, you know, there's enough changes on the street, you can't just immediately find it. I wish this was live. Well, let's see. Hey, hold on. No. Thanks, Jim. Sometimes it takes me a while, but be great if I had the 2018 Street View, though, wouldn't it? I mean, look at that, how that changed right there. Like all of a sudden, bang, it's a totally different year and everything. That's it, right there. See that? The doors, 1, 2, 3, the building, the window right there. Yeah, right there, window, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's shot 3. So that means the other one's probably before that. So we went past it. So this is shot 3. Yeah, it's 100%. I don't even have to keep looking on that one. So that's 3. So you'd think that the second one would have been between the first and that one, unless they didn't put them in order. Let's see. Let me try that again for the little fence with the tires. Or the tire. Yeah, I don't know. I think the odds are so low that you have a morning where, oh wow, this girl just happened to turn her car on, and this guy, I mean, if I was the FBI or whatever, I'd definitely be going down that street, Lambeth Street, to see who the hell lives over in that direction. Because it's not like it's like that person who was walking there. We see the whole thing is they don't even know if that person that was walking was related to this at all. It just seemed like it fit for them. And so if you look over here on Lambeth, you have all these homes here. I would check this entire complex, and I'm sure they have. Right? I doubt anybody came from over here, went that way. They would have walked this direction. It's probably somebody from this community here that walked, like this and came out. So if I was them, I'd definitely be checking that community, that neighborhood right there. Well, we definitely got 2 of the spots. 100% on those. Yeah, I'm going to just try this one last time. So keep your eye out over there for the picket fence and a big, huge tire-looking thing. That's why I thought that one that I stumbled upon could be it, because it was a car shop too, right there. I guess it's possible they didn't give it to us in order, in which case then it's hard to determine. Sorry that I'm not talking much, but I'm trying to focus in on the screen. See, what we do is we investigate the investigator. You know, they already have the surveillance. They probably already know all this stuff, like where each shot was, because they got the tape. But we don't get to know, and the only way to get to know is to try to figure it out yourself. See, this is the spot that I thought maybe... Or it was one of the spots I stopped at. There was another one now. I think we might even be past, though, the third shot. Maybe not, though. Yeah, I don't think. It's not a porch. Yes, that's the third one. So if you look at the surveillance, it's a fence, you know. It's right in front of the house, or of a piece of property. See, right there, you know, puts it right up to his face, but it's almost like, okay, I mean, imagine it being her texting him, saying, yeah, we're almost about ready to leave. Just hold on, man. But right there, boom, that looks like a cell phone. But the speed, that looks like a puff, doesn't it? Because how can you even read anything that quick? Like, see, watch this. See, and then the hand drops with the SIG or whatever it is in the fingers. Yeah, I already showed all that, the budget stuff. We already found 2 of the spots, Cindy. We're just trying to figure out where this one is right here. But doesn't that look like a big tire on the road right there? Okay, so we know he's walking down this street. He's walking this way. We have shot 3 right there, and then he's becoming, you know, pretty close to the property right here. Let me just try it in here from right here again. I mean, I guess it's not really that important where that one is, but yeah, so we keep going. But the first 2 do show him walking towards the community that she went missing from. Okay, this is where I saw it, but in that image, if you look at it closely, you see how there's a watch. And then let me crap. How do I do this? I'll move it over like that. See, there's a road right there. That's street. And then the white's on the right side of the street with a tire, and that doesn't really match what we're seeing here, you see. This is a street, and then there'd be a tire right there and some fencing. You see what I'm saying? It almost looked like I mean, that tire was massive, though. I think I'm already past it. The turn that he would have made. Yeah. Yep, so the person they have on camera, I only see him right here at shot 3 from, so he walked this direction and then walked this way. Does anybody have the time that it was? Yeah, it looked like one of those big, those massive tires. Yeah, maybe there's a tractor. No. See, but as a lot of things are, that could have been built 3 years ago, and we would never get to see it because Street View is after that. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the next part. We do have him walking in that direction. We have the surveillance footage of the Jeep basically, leaving the mobile home park, coming out on the 41 and taking a left. So here is an image. I saw this image and I was thinking, God, I wonder if I could find that on Quincy Street, because that's where they found the car, in Quincy Street, right? Then I found a better one. And this image right here was much better. All right? So this one here, what do you think I used in this photo? This is a quiz I'm going to give you. What did I use to determine where this car was? And this was a little bit of a puzzle because, again, of Street View and the years. Thanks, Mike. A lot of people don't agree with you there, but appreciate it. Yep, and what about the power line? What do you see about it? Yeah, I use the bushes too. Right. That's right. That's exactly right. They cross. This right here is yellow tape from the crime scene. That's what this is. I can tell because it's yellow and then it sort of dips down. It's not regular. I'm pretty sure that this is actually crime scene tape marked on the ground right there. Okay? Now, let's go to Google Earth and see where the struggles took place. Okay, so I went up and down trying to find a spot that would look like the right spot. So let me show you how I did this. The problem is when I was on Street View, look at this. Oh, hell, there's this house right there and everything. But this is where I looked up in the air on Street View and I see the power lines on this side. And then when I was going down, I noticed that they crossed to this side. And it's the only spot on the street that does that. So then I looked over here and I said, well, gosh, that can't be it. There's a house there. Well, the problem is this is a Street View from 2007, and the home has been torn down and plants have been let to grow because, let me leave Street View and look at that. There is no house there anymore. It's not this one. There was a mobile home or something right there. And if you take this image and you kind of go about like this, look. You see this? There's a tree right there, and notice how this guy's yard starts right there, and then you've got another row of some trees right there, and then it's normal over here. There's not much going on. It's just like dry grass. So if you take a look at Street View, you see right there, different time of year, but there's nothing going on over there. You got the tree right there, and then notice the yard is, there's a line, a demarcation between his property and this crap that was right there. All right, so that is where the car was found. So this is basically what it looks like now. This is 2016. Oh, and look at that. This is 2000. I didn't know that there was a November 2017 one. Now it's going to be really clear. Look. Boom. That was such a shitty satellite image. But look at this one. So now let's move that other picture back in. And yeah, you see? You got the little line of the property right there. The power lines are crossing right where, it's the only spot on Quincy Road where the power lines cross. And then you've got bushes right there. And I think if you go back to, yep, see bushes. And then it's even brown there because this is an actual November 2017 image, which is the same time of year that we're in right now. That's why it's brown right there and brown in there. And this is just overgrown bushes and so forth from a piece of property that's had the house removed, and it's just been sort of left to grow. Okay, so we do have the location that the SUV was found. No, I didn't hear about that. Yes. And if you'd like to support the channel, I've always got the super chat down below for, let's see. There's the crisscross wires too. Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, look at that. Even the satellite picked up the, see, look how poor the satellite image is from this year. You can still see the power line, but oh, that's interesting. You know, when I went on here earlier, it didn't even have anything in 2017. Maybe it did, but it just didn't pop up. But you can kind of see the power line right there. But this one's really clear. You really see it. And you know, Street View was throwing me off a little bit because there's a house right there. And you remember how it did that in the other case, the Molly Tibbetts case? Same deal. We were on that one street, and we're like, God, where's the house? Where's the? And then the house wasn't there before, so it was getting kind of confusing. Yeah, so you got to picture this guy. I don't really see, it's not really at an intersection. He was driving down a road, and then he just ditched it right there. So where did he go after that? I mean, was somebody following behind him, or? And it's and when I saw, I actually didn't realize the car was parked where it was. It's a lot more ominous seeing a car parked in the middle of a bushy field like that than just sort of on the side of the road. Oh yeah? Hey, thanks, Joan. There's helicopter footage of the car. Oh, cool. Well, I didn't. I knew that this. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Rat. Yee. Thank you, Joan Milano. Yeah.
Great job, Gray.
Let's see, what was that? Yeah, I figured this was from a helicopter footage or drone, but I didn't find it. If you have a link to the helicopter footage, put it in there so I can. That'll even verify it even more. Yeah, but we haven't been really talking about that. All right, let's see if that's it.
girl kidnapped. Hania Aguilar disappeared.
Okay, I'm opening up that link that was just put in the chat there.
But still no sign of that young girl and no sign of any arrests. NBC Charlotte's Brooke Katz has been following these developments. She's live for us now with the latest. Brooke?
Yeah, that's right, Rachel. Authorities continue to push for anyone with any information to come forward. Is this situation...
Well, I'm going to get the drone during Christmas time, where there's a deals. Maybe I can spread it over to maybe getting a new computer too or something. So this video has a drone footage.
Hania disappeared Monday morning outside of her home at the Rosewood Mobile Home Park. Police say around 7 in the morning, a man wearing all black with a yellow bandana grabbed her and forced her into a stolen...
And so here's what's weird is wearing all black with a yellow bandana, but the police officer said he was wearing a light sweatshirt, this guy, a light hoodie. So who is it? Did he change clothes? Like, have a secret Mr. Gadget compartment? It could be that this guy isn't related at all.
Stolen SUV. Now, authorities found that SUV Thursday morning.
Well, if you're lagging, it just means your system isn't very good.
They are trying to locate the man seen in this surveillance video walking in the area around the time of the crime. Police have not called him a suspect, even a person of interest. They just say they want to talk to him. Investigators have been collecting and analyzing surveillance videos since the young girl was taken last Monday. The FBI is offering a $15,000 reward in this case. They've set up a special tip 272, having a news conference coming up.
Well, I thought this was going to be a link to the helicopter footage. Hold on, let's see if this is it. Is this the helicopter footage? Whoa, what happened there? Oh, whoa. Hold on a second. Okay, that is it. All right. My chat got converted to this video here. Hold on. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Thank you for putting that out there. YouTube streets. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. See the little 2 trees right there? That's exactly what's on that video. Right there. 1, 2. I can't see that. I couldn't see the house over there. Was it visible right off the get-go? YouTube streets. I've heard that a million times. That was, it used to be a straight drop used to talk about that all the time. But I've battled it out in the YouTube streets. That's for damn sure. Yep, and see that's crime scene tape. See that's sparkling. Goes all the way out around like this. And there's that field next to it. Hey, that's cool. Well, it was fun figuring out the way I figured it out. I never found this. I actually did look for this footage though. Wow, look at all those cars. Are you kidding me? Now that must have been the search that they did. I think it's like, wasn't it like 5 or 6 miles? Let's see. It's just kind of a general. Yeah, it looks like 6.5 miles as a crow flies, basically. So probably more like 8 or 9 driving. Thanks, Glenn. Yeah, you didn't send me the drone footage. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Maddie always has everything before everybody, so she had that first, but just didn't post it. Of course. Yeah. Let's see.
Here's the 2-2. Oh, look out, Mike.
Oh, now there's baseball going
down
on.
he goes. Man.
Stonehenge. And they do live well. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely wasn't at an intersection, though. It was just down a road. And, just... I wonder if the person... They're checking within a mile radius. I mean, look how wooded. There's this huge chunk of wood there. But I doubt the person... Hey, thank Chickie's mom. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's not looking good. The scenario that I think maybe happened was that she, had already been talking to this person but didn't know what the person looked like or anything like that. Maybe the person showed up, said, "Hey, yeah, get the car started." I don't know. It seems like it's an elaborate plan to get the girl to start the car so he could get in and drive it away and pretend that she was kidnapped. Doesn't that seem pretty elaborate to do with somebody you might not know that well? It's a little bit weird, to be honest with you. But let's just throw out the theory, though. Okay, so she's communicating with this kid. He's probably older than she thinks he is, since she's only 13, and he looks like he's probably 20, right? 18 to 20, and he's walking down the road there, and if that's the person, then that person knows, hey, she's going to be starting her car. I'm going to get there a little early and wait around. Then she came out and started the car, and then she screams, "Oh, help," knowing, because he's going to drive away and get away quick. Or maybe she didn't yell at all, and that's just something people are saying. Then they drive away because the guy's going kind of slow, right? It's not like he's just hightailing it out of there. And then it turns out he really wasn't the person she thought, and something happened to her. Then the car was dumped, or she, the whole human trafficking angle comes into play here, just given the nature of Lumberton in general and just the situation. Hey, Amy, thank you. I don't remember. I never did that when I was younger. I never once started my parents' car when I was 13 years old. Never happened. Never done that. Thank you. Yeah. You're in
Great
trouble.
coverage as always, Gray. Did she always volunteer to start the car? I think someone in chat said no.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering at the beginning of the show. I said, well, gosh, I wonder if, did she normally start the car? What are the odds that the one morning She starts the car out of 1,000,000. Somebody just happens to be, deep into her. I mean, look where the complex is. Look. We found the specific mobile home. All right, so here's the street. You walk in and you have to go all the way back here, and somehow he just got really lucky and shows up way back in here to a vehicle that was already started. I mean, what are the odds of that? If that's the guy walking. See, now if you take out the guy walking, which could end up being a little bit like the red shirt in the Molly Tibbetts case, if you take that person out, then it could just be anything at that point. Right? So somebody just happened to be right here when the car was started. And then they just drove out. They drove down this way. Took a left. I always like when Google Earth puts you below the Earth. It's awesome. And then right there, takes a left and heads out of town. Wow, did Google Earth actually stop right there? No. They just started driving that way. Let's see what people are saying. Yeah. Well, it is, if it was, the articles always say 7 o'clock, right? But it was actually 6:52 when he's on surveillance in the car. Or, the car's on surveillance. I can't say he or, let's see. Let me see if I have. I think I have the car footage as well. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. Well, I played it at the beginning of the show, so go back and check that out if you'd like. I guess this was drone footage here too, right? Is that what this is? Okay, this is more drone footage. I think this is newer because it wasn't on there earlier. Yeah, they found the SUV. This must be from the search today then. Yeah, it's kind of dumb when they say, "Oh, the person used a stolen car," as if they had stolen it somewhere else, drove it in to do the deed. Instead, in reality, the car was literally right there, and it was started. It was their car. Okay, so this is the one today. All right, let's see what this is. Yep, that's where that is. But they're searching those woods. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely see that. If that car has been there for 3 or 4 days, or, you know, since when she went missing, that's not good news at all. Parked the car there, forced her into the woods. What the hell? What is that? Just a white chair sitting in the middle of the woods? Oh, we might have to turn this Fat Dabs Perez guy into the authorities. Yeah. That's interesting. They've left the car there the whole time. Let me go back to that. Yeah. Yep, and there's the yellow tape again. Wow, helicopter cameraman. Great footage of vehicles. Yes, hit that like button, please. You know, get it up. Should be around 200 at this point, right? Yeah, it could have been anything, Dennis. Hard to know. Maybe an alien picked her up. We just don't know at this point. Yep. Come on, hit that like button. Got to get it over 200 if there's 230 watching. Even if you don't like it, hit the dislike button, all right? If I'm going to take the time to do these, then at least hit the like or dislike button. Well, it wouldn't be hard to see, right? Like a neighbor driving by would see the car, like it's just right there off the road. You drive by and go, oh wow, there's a car there, and then you call in the police and say, hey, we see a car there. I mean, it's not even hidden or anything. So the person probably drove in and then parked. Now, where did they go? It almost makes you think there was 2 vehicles involved with this. Because let's say he did walk off with her in the middle of the woods and do something with her. Well, how did he get out? I think this is just a dumping spot for the car. You know, I think something happened to her, and then they dumped the car here. Yeah, it'd be hard to find footprints in the grass like that. Yeah, if it was in mud, sure, but I mean, if it's marshy underneath the feet, maybe, but it's just that's not that's a very less than ideal situation to get a footprint from where that car was parked. All right, I'll be back in a second. Keep watching the... Oh, the 22,694 are my subscribers. Yeah. It just has, it's been on there forever. It's just a daily toll counter so people can say, oh, hey. Doesn't sound like they found anything, though, on their search. I think we would have heard it by now. Who's... I don't see So Serious. Where is So Serious? Or where... Or it's Why is So... Oh, there it is. Why is So Serious? That's right. Why so serious? Alright. So what we're looking at right now is footage from the search around where the SUV was found. In the Hania Noelia Aguilar case, 13-year-old girl missing out of Lumberton. They did find her SUV the other day, and I found it on the location of the car using just a few different clues, just given one photograph. I know other people have to use actual surveillance, helicopter footage, but I got it with one photo. It's like, it's called Name That Tune in One Photo. Oh, plus I had the name of the street. But don't get me wrong, if I had the helicopter footage, I would have used it. But it was kind of fun trying to find it the way I do it. Yep, that's right. Yeah. I don't even really buy into, like, I don't even know if I believe any of the sightings. Oh, we had a black hoodie on with a yellow bandana. I don't even know if I buy that. Because if you're pulling something like this off, that thing would stick out like a sore thumb. And it's weird that they're all interested in this one guy walking around, but he had a light hoodie on and sweatpants. Didn't have all black on. Didn't have a yellow bandana on. Who is that guy? Was he the second person that was going to meet up with that other person, perhaps? All right, so let's take a look at that. What was that other link that somebody put up a long time ago that they wanted me to take a look at? Who was that? Like Tio, or I can't remember her name. There was somebody else missing. All right. Well, maybe we can do like a... This is in North Carolina, Lumberton. But somebody posted a link earlier. Somebody posted a link earlier from a different state. They wanted me to look at it after I looked at this. But I don't have the link open. So I guess we won't be looking at that. Unless somebody can go back way up there, I don't know. Anybody remember that? Yeah. Hey, speaking of hoodies, get your We Are Freaks hoodie or the Nefarious one. I'm wearing the We Are Freaks one right now. Yeah, Odris, that's right. Odris, where are you? We need the link again. Odris. Yeah, it's normal when somebody gets kidnapped for the FBI to get involved. I've watched 6 episodes of that, Frank. I don't want to hear how it ended or anything like that. Yeah? Hey, look at that. It's Lala. We haven't been here in a while. All right, well, let's see. If anybody wants to call in, you can do that. All right, the show doesn't have to be that long. I just wanted to get all that information out there. I have a pretty good idea, where the car was found, the time that she was, quote, taken. It's a little bit disconcerting that she's the one that started the car and somebody just miraculously happened to be next to a car that was started and then had her get in it too. It seems like it's a possibility that it was planned and she meant to go with him. But perhaps things went south after that, or dumping the car may have been part of the plan to begin with. Don't know. But it's also, that's just sort of a theory on the side. It's probably, I don't know. It's hard to get over the part about that she started the car and then this guy just happens to be next to the started car deep into a trailer park. That's not really, it's not like it's on the side of the road. Now, if that was on Highway 41 and she started the car, I would think, God, that's dangerous. Someone saw the lights on and got in. But she started her car deep into a trailer park. Right? It's not like, how did anybody see? The odds are so low. First of all, what are the odds that she started the car? How often did she do it? I imagine she didn't do it very often. So let's say she did it twice a year. So that'd be 1 in 180 chance, right? And then what are the odds that during that 180 chance that you started that car, that somebody happened to walk by that's a criminal and want to get into the car and keep you in the car too? Yeah, that's what I don't have the time of that surveillance. I was wondering, I was thinking to myself, if it was 3 a.m. when the guy was walking, then maybe he was lurking around somewhere. If it was like 6 something just before the sun came up. I mean, what time does the sun come up in that area? Is that link earlier, Daro, that somebody sent in? The one that I missed? Oh, this is Chris Watts crap again? Oh, boy. Yeah, but I want him to watch my video, though, Daro. Not to, If I want to play it, I'll put it up on the screen. Oh, yeah. So where is Odris? Okay, so if the sun rose at 6:49 a.m. and that video you have is 6:53-ish, 6:52, then sure, it was probably dark 10 minutes before that. So that kind of makes sense. That's probably why they're kind of thinking it's the guy, because it's so close in time. All right, do you guys want to watch the Chris Watts interview thing? Chris Watts 24/7 channel.
Because we did.
Why now? Why are you guys coming out now to speak with us?
Because we didn't know about the plea deal.
This is Ronnie and Cindy Watts, the parents of Christopher Watts, the man who pleaded guilty to killing his pregnant wife, Shanann, and his 2 children,
You didn't
Bella
know
and
about
Celeste.
the plea deal.
We were not allowed to talk to him about it.
They're frustrated because they say his attorneys wouldn't let them ask him anything about the case before the plea.
I asked Chris, if you did not do this, do not confess to something you didn't do, and she shut me down. She completely.
Oh, this is his parents.
Just like everyone else,
of course.
His parents have a lot of questions after he confessed to killing Shanann.
Why would they?
He saw her strangle one of the kids.
So I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about that her parents wanted to talk to him. Who cares? Okay, he's the one that did it, right? So the deal is between him, the family of Shanann, and the attorneys. His parents have zero to do with any of it.
I went into a rage, and I killed her. And he said, I am so sorry. He says, I've ruined your life. I've ruined my life.
Well, he told me, he said, Dad, I could not put the girls with her after what she did. He said I could not put them with her.
And so instead of putting the girls with her, he decided to put them into
the oil tank, which I still don't understand.
I don't understand that either. He's not a sociopath. He's not a psychopath.
A question his parents have is, what was the trigger?
Hey, do you hear that,
Daro?
He's
Something
not
I asked
a
when I interviewed him
sociopath.
Missing.
Did you guys get into an argument before she left?
It wasn't like an argument. We had an emotional conversation, but I'll leave it at that.
Because she was leaving him or he was leaving her.
Yeah, an emotional conversation where it involves choking somebody. Strangling them to death. I think he'd call a little bit more than that.
He was leaving her.
He just said he wasn't in love with her anymore, he said.
Because both Shanann's family and Chris's family are in pain, his parents just want the truth about what happened.
If this actually happened like like they're saying that it did, that he killed them, then what was the trigger?
If he didn't kill the children, I want him to say so. Then let them prove it.
They're just pleading for the truth from their son.
That's a whole lot of unanswered questions about the case, how everything, to me, everything happened too quick there.
Oh yeah, big conspiracy theory, yeah.
Saying you didn't kill the kids, why do this plea deal?
I have no idea.
The only reason I could think of, he's trying to, for our family and her family, not to have to go through a trial, long drawn out trial.
It has been so overwhelming, and I feel like...
I think it'd be more for her, I don't know. The thing is the death penalty in that state's a joke, right? So it's the deal he made was just to avoid having to do the trial, because it wouldn't even have taken place for 5 years, I guarantee it. And then you'd have to show all the pictures of the dead babies. We went through this the other night. I think that's what he did. I think he tried to do something for Shanann's parents. I don't think his parents seem like they're out of touch with reality. You know, they're like, oh, he didn't talk to us about before the deal. Well, why? Why would they talk to you about it? He didn't. You know, he obviously did do it because he admitted to it. If he didn't really do it, he would have taken his chances at trial, right? It's not like he was the Alford plea where he went, oh, wow, well, you guys just have so much evidence against me, I'm going to plead to it as long as you take the death penalty off the table. That wasn't one of the, or I'll plead to it, but I'm not admitting my guilt. Like Jodi Arias tried to do that. It's not like that.
I have to.
What was some of this crap they were saying back in
to
here?
help my son
It's crazy.
Something I asked when I interviewed him when she was reported missing.
Did you guys get into an argument before?
Well, that was him, huh?
It wasn't like an argument. We had an emotional conversation, but I'll leave it at that.
Because she was leaving him or he was leaving her?
He was leaving her.
He just said he wasn't in love with her anymore. He said
Because both Shanann's family and Chris's family are in pain, his parents just want the truth about what happened.
If this actually happened like they're saying,
Yeah, I can see why he wouldn't be in love with her
then
anymore.
what was the trigger?
Okay, let's
he
be
didn't
honest
kill
about
the
that.
children. I want him to say so. Then let them prove it.
They're just pleading for the truth from their son.
There's a whole lot of unanswered questions about the case. How everything happened too quick there.
Yeah, well, we'll get to hear all that during the sentencing. They're going to say the whole thing. So wait for that.
A case status thing to a plea.
If he's saying you didn't kill the kids, why do this plea deal?
I have no idea.
The only reason I could think of, he's trying to, for our family and her family, not to have to go through a trial.
Oh, so he's gonna spend the rest of his life in prison just so that you don't have to go through a trial. If he thinks he's innocent, there's no way in hell an innocent person would ever do that. They wouldn't be concerned with what you're saying right now.
Long drawn out trial.
It has been so overwhelming, and I feel like I have to do something to help my son. I need to do something. If he's not going to fight, I want to fight for him.
Well, you can't. Sorry. So here's the thing: is like I've always said this.
Denver 7 on.
Everybody always gets angry, but I want to know the why too, like his parents, because I think Shanann would have been a nightmare to be married to, right? What do you mean, Gray? Didn't you see all those videos? Listen, she was basically a cult member to an organization, Thrive. What do you mean, Gray? It's just a multi-level marketing company. No, it was a cult. And every single day, these big, fake, happy, smiley videos. And I think he was sort of made to be part of it. And she put Thrive first in her life, made it the most important thing to her. I think her kids even were a little close second to Thrive. And he was just sort of this guy on the back burner. And I don't want to hear one comment in there that says something about, well, it doesn't mean she deserved it, because that's not what we're talking about here, right? What I'm saying is that she played a role in the atmosphere that led to what happened. Okay? That's just the truth. And when people say, well, that's, well, he should have just left then. Yeah, everybody knows that part. So can people have an adult conversation about it? Just one time. Forget that other stuff. Don't say, well, she didn't deserve it. Why didn't he just leave then? Forget that part. I don't want to talk about that part. What I want to talk about is the why, okay? So if she obviously did something that over time that made him not love her. And I think he probably found love with somebody else that made him happy. Now, if he killed the kids before she got home, it does take away he sort of snapped deal. And then, so he kills the kids, then her, then it's, that's why it's first degree murder. That's the only way I can see it being first degree murder for all three. The kids would have been first degree murder no matter what. However, I think if he did just snap when she came home in an argument, her murder would have been a second degree murder, and then the kids would have still been first degree murder. But they must have evidence that the kids were dead before she got home. That means he planned it. And so that's a whole different ball game there. Yeah. Yeah, well, she should have probably tried to adore him a little bit too, huh? Huh, Lane? Yeah, she adored her work and she adored her kids. I think he was just sort of this little pawn to make it seem like it was this great marriage and everything. She probably came back from the trip, and maybe she even knew about him cheating and confronted him on it or something. Maybe even on the phone prior to her getting home they had talked about it or something. So something happened. Let's see. Yeah, that's the thing, is you gotta see. If you go watch those videos, when I first started watching the videos, I was just shocked, thinking, wow, Jesus, look how fake this stuff is. Remember the whole side about when she found out, or she let him know that she was pregnant? That was the most ludicrous video I've ever seen. That was like take 2 that we got to see there. She had him go back again and come back out and act like he was excited to see. It was when you watch that thing, it's ludicrous. It's so fake. I don't know if any of you saw that, but yeah. It's like walked out and then he came walking in. Oh, whoa. Just that whole look on his face. It was take 2s never look good, you see. It wasn't spontaneous. How do we know what? DJR? Yeah. See, I'm not going to be the, oh, wow, Shannon was the greatest person in the world and she had, oh, God, she was just doing what she had to do for work. And look, I'm going to say that I think she played a role in the atmosphere that led to what happened. Okay? Does it mean it should have happened? No. It doesn't mean that. Does it mean she deserved it? No, it doesn't mean that. Okay? It just means that she played a role. Is that okay to accept that? Or was she just she was Mother Teresa combined with just the greatest women of mankind, and it's just unfathomable. Yeah, the kids part, Michelle, is just the weird part about the whole thing, isn't it? That's the part that sometimes I think that he did it on purpose to hurt her, but it's like, really, you're willing to kill kids that you love just to hurt her? Like, what why do the kids even play a role in that? What even, like, hurting her, like, why would you even think of doing something like that if you loved your kids? I mean, that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Gosh, wouldn't you love to just be able to know exactly what happened in there? Hopefully, I think during the sentencing, they're going to say, right? And hopefully he told the truth. And I think we'll know the truth when we hear it. If there's any sort of... I mean, you'll just know it when you hear it. Yeah, I mean, of course he wanted his freedom. He probably wanted to be with that. It's sort of a little bit like the Scott Peterson case. But the Scott Peterson case to me is worse mentally because I don't think Lacey was there's nothing like she was just this normal person who happened to be pregnant, and he just met somebody that he liked more, and he is a sociopath. That guy's a nut job. So that's where that one's a little bit different. Yeah, well, whoever you were dating there, Maddie, is a sociopath. That has nothing to do with... that's just what wackos do. Because I was actually thinking while I was talking, but didn't say it out loud. I said that... I was going to say that even if my wife was really mean, I wouldn't kill Blue, my dog, to get at her because she loves Blue. I mean, that's ludicrous. Yeah, I just think it's more about the whole kids thing really does throw you for a loop, doesn't it? What's wrong with Melissa there? Is Melissa struggling tonight? Melissa B? You ever notice it's the people that never use their whole name, right? But always make weird comments. I'm one of the few people that actually has my real full name on there. Of course, if you talk to the Kanika Jenkins wackos, they'll say, "No, that's not really your name, Lance. Lance, Lance." Yes, I've told this story a million times. When I was born and my parents had L. Gray Hughes on the birth certificate. Then, the doctor, he said, "L, what the hell is L?" And he wrote Lance on there. Okay? And since he was a family friend, they didn't care. But I was always going to be called Gray, and I was just going to have a first initial L, but it eventually became officially Lance, even though I've never been called that in my entire life. But people think they're so sleuthy when they say, "Oh, you're really Lance, Gray, you're really Lance." It's like, no, I've said it on my show 1,000 times, you morons. Right. Yeah, I had some idiot the other day saying, "Ooh, Gray, you live in Hillsboro, right? Mr. Lance, Mr. Lance." I mean, these people that still are doing the Kanika case, and they come across these old videos that have this complete BS made up about me in them, they still believe it. I mean, that's how wacky these people are down this crazy rabbit hole that's gone on for months and months and months when it was the simplest case there ever was. I've never seen something more obvious in my life than that case. I just made all the videos to debunk the craziness. That's it. And people are angry that I did that. Why don't you try to help instead of explain things? Oh, you mean you wanted me to make stuff up and lie about it? Oh, I get it. Okay, so I should have doctored up some video, blurted out, and said, "Oh, look, see right there. Look it right there. Look it right there. See that. Over and over again, and then all of a sudden, I could sell ice to an Eskimo. Yeah. My animation video that I made, it just shows the whole thing. And that's my wife making something in the kitchen. Say hello, everybody. Hello. Actually. She's in her pajamas. Let's see. Maybe I'll go find one of those. Yeah, like this one. Oh, there we go. Remember my old start? Hello, rodeo clowns.
Okay, so let's get started.
I miss doing those. Let's see.
It's an animation. Well, parts of it are an animation. This will be the walkthrough from start to finish, but this time, any parts that you don't see on surveillance footage down in the lower levels, I fill in with animation. And no, this isn't the same animation that you believe was used to trick people in the surveillance footage. In fact, that just wasn't even done. Okay, so let's get started.
Yes, so the party was in this room right there, right? Or maybe it was, I can't remember now.
So here we are. I'm going to do the walkthrough from the start to the ending.
My eyes are backwards.
It's only about,
I think it was
only about a 9-minute walk that you take.
9:26 or 4.
And I've
God,
filled in
it's been so
a
long
lot of
now,
the
I can't
gaps
even remember.
with animation. Okay, like I don't have her up here because it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay,
But look how close the door was to the elevator.
So,
okay.
Let me just show you some background stuff. So this is going to be the Kanika character, okay? I couldn't find a top, you know, that I could then put a jean jacket on. The jean jacket's more the sort of the iconic look that we're looking for when you see Kanika. Her hair isn't quite as long either. So this is the character you're going to get, all right?
Let me see. I think I have one that's more, like more recent than that. Screw it.
Let's see. Yeah. Animations on my... There's Adobe Fuse, and you can go to Mixamo, that really have a very similar drunk, you know, that's what they call it, drunk walk. I know she's intoxicated, but, you know, some of these exact movements are actually in, called a buffer.
Trying to find the one.
Lower level kitchen.
I guess this is where I made
some,
this.
Some of that drunk animation, but look at, she goes right towards these double doors right
After
here.
she came out of there.
And through those double doors.
Yes, I did one that had
right
more
there,
in
that's
it than this one.
The stairs that she fell over back there. Okay, so she walks by. Now we're going to switch.
Oh, you want
back
me to do
over
my
surveillance.
rap?
Okay, so you know, obviously they don't. Look
Oh yeah,
exactly
it
the
took
same
forever
or
to do it.
even that close, but
I got. I'm pretty quick at it. You have to build the plane that matches.
Right. So I don't even think she's slow. Okay.
So like this is
40
the.
seconds.
I got the exact path of where police say
Goes back
she
around,
went.
goes to the drinking fountain. She goes back.
So anyway, she goes back to these double doors. I have the whole. There's another animation that has the whole
long
thing.
hallway. I actually have her
on
going
it,
pretty
so
slow.
It's all just start from finish
I'm
without.
trying to prove a point to Mike Mecca, who always thinks, "Oh, there's no way she could walk that far in a minute." Well, you can go back.
See, look,
in
I even have the
a
shadow
minute
on the
20
ground
as a
because
matter of
I use the shadow trapper.
But look, I have her going really pretty slow. Okay, so she turns over by the dumpster.
It takes a
goes
left right there,
towards the
goes right
stairs.
towards the stairs, and then up the stairs.
But actually, I'm going to pause it right here just for a second. This surveillance camera right here was not working. Okay.
Kind of sucks that that one wasn't working.
Now
though.
she's going to head towards that door, goes inside the stairway, and then she's going to go up. Now I couldn't find a drunk animation of going upstairs. Okay, so add 10 or 15 seconds to that. So she gets to the top of the stairs, walks by. She's really intoxicated.
That other camera wasn't working
And
either.
then she goes through that door that you could see, and then she goes right through This one comes into here.
No, I kind of messed up on
And then she walks
the
by
map there.
the surveillance camera in this room that was working.
Yeah, see? She goes back there and boom. There you go. And you can actually see right on the wall there
Goes all the way back.
a reflection on there.
Goes
Wow.
into
So I think
the
she went all the way
cooler
back to the pantry first.
I think she goes past it, then comes back, goes
Right.
into the cooler, and then into...
Okay, right there you saw it get
the
dark
freezer.
because she was right there. And then the buffer ran out and she never
Okay,
set it up again.
So, let's see.
You haven't done the wrap in a while. Okay, you guys want to do it? Here we go.
Wow! It's me. I can retire.
Yeah, so the way this one worked was somebody made a rap about me that used a certain... It wasn't really that great, it just had a sort of a track. So I took his track and then I added all my, like, 3 different layers to it. Alright, and then... You know, then I sent it, then I mentioned straight drop in it, and then he did one back. It was kind of a cool time in the case, but...
Today, Humongous D on YouTube made a rap video about me.
I'm in charge now, Phasma. I'm in charge.
Wow, I feel like I could just retire
And
today. It's missing a few things, though.
Mr. Hughes, Mr. Hughes, Mr. Hughes, Mr. Hughes, like a hot diddy pop, diddy pop, diddy pop, diddy diddy pop, diddy pop, pop. You don't dare stop.
Mr. Hughes.
Mr. Hughes, Greg, Hughes.
Bam!
Mr. Hughes, Mr. Hughes, why do you have the wrong time code, Greg?
Mr. Hughes, Mr. Hughes.
There's a rumor going around about me and a crew about something we just were supposed to do. You might not have heard it, or maybe you have, but when I first heard it, all of it was slack. I used to get angry and all uptight, but you could say what you want to spell my name right. Cause all I'm ever guilty of is rocking a house. But that's not what the rumor was all about. Cause if me ask me, then tell all your friends. And if you don't wait till you see me again, by this way I can hear it from the horse's mouth. And right then and there we can straighten it out. He's got a big mouth, big mouth.
Hello,
Mr. Hughes, Mr. Hughes, why do you have the wrong time code, Come on, straight drop, you're next.
No, she didn't take any pills.
Good beat, Bob.
Alright. Okay.
Show people the truth, Gray. Mr. Hughes?
I do. Yeah. You can do the damn thing yourself.
That's
okay?
right. Do it yourself. That's some good beat bopping right there, if you ask me.
Well, there you go. That was the rap. Anyways, yeah. Here's the truth about it. She wasn't given any pills or anything at the party. And on the autopsy, she has regular use levels of topiramate in her system. And there's a 23-hour half-life on it. So she was already taking topiramate. She had it built up in her system. She came to the party and she started drinking Hennessy out of a bottle. Then you combine the quick infusion of alcohol, even though there wasn't a ton in her system, you combine that with the levels of topiramate in her system, and she got completely disoriented. And that's exactly what happened. However, people who want to believe in murder can't believe that, so they'll never accept that. Yeah, whatever other names you want to call it. It's topiramate's the term that it's called, though. Yeah. No. Carlton, he's somebody else. Who calls me what? It's Mike Mecca. He calls me a charlatan. Right? Because he's such a genius with his little, oh, I see this little I'm the one that found the pixel shift and brought it up. And it turns out it was, there's no explanation for it. He thinks he has one because he has this little player that plays something. It's insane. All right, so he's had to make 2 videos on it, and the second video is hilarious because what he was saying in there, he completely took back some of the crap he was saying because I busted him on it, and I don't know, he's just You know, I did. I thought the guy was pretty cool. Like, I literally tried to help him out. I bought him the external hard drive, sent him all the files. Cost me like $100 to send it to him because, you know, he didn't have any money. And then we got somebody to send him a laptop. And then me and Straight Drop pitched in and bought him the surveillance camera, the exact one the hotel has, because I trusted him and believed in him to do experiments, and he didn't do it. All right, he just didn't do it. And so he did the tests. I mean, he did tests, but they weren't how I wanted him. I mean, it's like, listen, if I give you all the stuff and help you get the camera, can't you do the tests also the way I want you to do it too? Can you take the time? Can you have a little bit of respect and do it the way I want it to be done too? And I think he just knew that it wasn't going to turn out well and didn't do it. Yeah, so out of nowhere, like I hadn't even spoken to the guy for 5 months. He made a video saying I was like, oh, he's a charlatan. He really wasn't interested in finding the truth out. He just, you know, like, what are you talking about? I knew the truth early because it's right there in front of you. Now, I kept looking into it, and when I saw things that were bothersome, I would say it. You know, like, wow, look at those 2 cameras weren't working. I even found a 3rd camera that was never mentioned that there's no footage from it. And they're all in that spot where she ends up walking past to go up to the upstairs. That's it. You know, and yes, he did help me determine, like early on, I didn't realize that they went back into the kitchen and then back out. That kind of thing. But anyways, whatever. I just think that's so lame what he did, because then it brought up all this crap again. People showing up on my videos, calling me this and calling me that. All right. So is there any other clips or anything related to the missing girl that we can put back up on the screen? Yeah, she wasn't doing drugs that night. I think what they did was they all left the party, and while standing next to the elevator, they probably already pressed the button. Kanika said, oh, I don't have my phone or keys. So they went back in, and she stood there. They just said, hey, we'll be right back. It's literally 6, 7, 10 feet away. Right? And right when they walked in, the elevator came up, because at that time in the morning, the closest elevator would be there in just seconds. She got on it and hit LL, and the rest of the story, as they say, is history. It's so simple. It's just a simple story. Now, it's not like it's crazy, like, wow, but it all makes sense. Yeah, we played the helicopter footage. See, that's actually a great shot right there. Look at that one. You can see that the house, and then there's the car right there, the SUV. I'm gonna have to save that one. Save that one out. Draw the line to the SUV right there, right? And save it. What video? Yeah, that's a good one there. So I think they're checking these woods out there. It makes sense. Kind of. I actually think that's just sort of a dumping ground, but you have to check. I think it's a dumping ground for the car. I think they just But what a weird place to do that too, right? I mean, see, look, I mean, why park right there? You know, right next to all these homes and everything. Why not drive down here and maybe get into the woods a little bit? You know, hell, just I don't know. It just seems like such a stupid place to dump a vehicle right next to a bunch of homes, right? It's just in an abandoned lot, basically. An old lot. They tore down a house that was right there. Hey, let's go back on Google Earth and see. Oh, there it is. There you go. So this is 2011, right? 2012, December. June 2013. November 2013. October 2014. But look at it, it's already been kind of abandoned. Notice how all the bush and shrubbery are growing all around in the yard. And then if you go back here, you can tell it's been mowed and kept clean. Mowed and kept clean. And look how nice, you know, there's not a lot of, it looks like it's been kept up pretty nicely, right? But as soon as you get to like 2000 and, let's see, well, this is after the mortgage crisis though, right? Pretty much, yeah. But right there, it looks like it's been really not kept up at all. October 2014. And then June 2015. So between October 2014 and June 2015, the house was removed. And it looks like they mowed it up again to make it look presentable to maybe somebody else who wants to buy it, right? But nobody bought it up, and then it slowly starts getting grown over again each year. See that? And there's the last one, November 2017, a year ago precisely, and it's all grown over, and that's exactly where the car was found. You know what, now that I have this, I can actually put that pin 100% accurate. Let me go back to this. I think I've already got it close anyways, but yeah, it looks like I got it. That's pretty much where it was, right there. Maybe slightly over a little bit, but yeah, well, we took that little tangent talking about other shit for a little bit. But I guess we don't have that link. Maybe after the video we can get that link and check it out. Yeah, that's what I think. It's a possibility, Andrea. I don't know what the odds are, but I think it's, again, let me go back and say, I think it's weird that she didn't normally start the car, apparently, but all of a sudden she's starting a car and there happens to be this really violent person right near the car, right when it's just happened to be running for those few minutes. Somebody that's just there like waiting for somebody to start their car. I don't know. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, hey, good night. Thanks, Roxanne. Alright, well, I think maybe this will probably be the end of the show then. It's been 2 hours already. Not bad. 2 hours and 20 minutes, as a matter of fact. We just started an hour early. Yeah, I kind of wish I had that one. Do you remember what state she mentioned that was in? Because I remember seeing it really quick. Anybody remember that? She had the link and then had a location mentioned with it. I wonder if I could just find it. I don't know. Yeah, it was somebody else that was abducted. Like today or something. Oh, Fresno. I think that is right. All right. That does sound right. It just wasn't the generic California, but yeah. Ah. Alright, what's this one? There's Iowa again.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this Monday. Breaking news today at noon, the Woodbury County Sheriff's Office is investigating an attempted child abduction in Bronson, Iowa. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Al Jones. The report came into the Sheriff's Office shortly after 8 this morning. Investigators say a boy student was walking to the Lawton Bronson Elementary School in Bronson when the attempted abduction took place. The suspect is described as a black man in his 30s or...
No, we're not talking about Carly Gousset. We've talked about Carly Gousset a whole bunch of times, and no, that's not who we are referring to.
40s with dreadlocks, a mole on his right cheek, clean-shaven, wearing a tan-colored coat. He was driving a white van. Anyone who can help investigators is urged to call the Woodbury County Sheriff's Office at 279-6010.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't see it. Oh well. Give it the good old college try. Well, Fresno is in California. That's what she was referring to. Let's see, kids disappearing all over the U.S. Yep. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell, Stephanie said. Yep. It's awful throbbing toothache. All right, well. Go watch some videos on how to fix that. Yep, we read that earlier. They added 5,000. No, is that the one? Okay, let's see. But somebody said it was kind of freaky, like they had something that they were trying to show me. It's hard to just stop what you're working on to go cover a story. Let's see.
Bad bud. Top your tank, bathe your bird, quench your thirst, snick your snack, and right now get a 2-piece.
What the hell?
A missing teen who never came home from school on Thursday. 14-year-old Alexis Foshi was last seen at Clovis North High School. Her friend told police that Alexis said Thursday was her last day because she was going to military school. Alexis was last seen wearing a blue hooded sweatshirt, a long-sleeve V-neck shirt, and jeans with black and white stripes.
How could she be
She
going
was
to
carrying a
military
pink
school at 14?
backpack, and police say she has braces. If you have any information on where she is, you are asked to call Fresno Police.
Bad bud.
The Fresno Police Department is searching for missing 14-year-old Alexis Foshi. Foshi was last seen on Thursday, November 8th at Clovis North High School at the end of the day. She told a friend it was her last day at Clovis North. So that means, sounds like she was leaving. Well, they don't mention if that's true or not. She told a friend that she was going to military school. So I think the reason they're reporting that is because that's not true. So who's this guy? Officials say she was last seen wearing a blue hooded sweatshirt, long sleeve V-neck shirt with black and white stripes, blue jeans, and carrying a pink backpack. Well, I wish I had that link that she was sending, because she said it sounded, the way she made it sound is that, like, the link was really weird and creepy. Huh. So it sounds like she knew she was leaving, but told a lie as to why. So this one seems like somebody that left intentionally. Well, maybe I'll look into that one tomorrow. No, this is just a couple days ago. This one. Anyways, I think I'm about done. Where are we going to fly to tonight? Let's see. How about... Banff. Yeah, that's not the right case though, Maddie, the one that you sent. It's just this one happened 2 days ago. All right, there you go. Oh, That was a flashlight, a small one. Hey, maybe I can go to where I played golf. That's right, I played this course right here, Tralee. Yeah, I actually played this one. It's a crazy... Like, this is the only course I've ever played where I thought I might die from the environment. Like, you're literally... Like, there's a couple paths that you walk on where it's an absolute cliff, just right on the edge. Like, look at this fairway right here. This one? Look at this thing. Like, to get here, you're walking on this... It's the nuttiest thing you've ever seen, really. And they don't have guardrails or anything. Anyways, let me thank Joan Milano, Chickie's mom, and Amy Darcy Marie for the super chats. All right. And everybody, thank you for showing up tonight. That was pretty interesting early on there, trying to get all those locations figured out with the surveillance. I got 2 of the 3. Maybe I'll take a look tomorrow, just try to find that other one on my own. You don't need to send me links or anything on that. It's in Ireland. It's called Old Head in Ireland. All right, everybody, that's all I got for tonight. And until next time, everybody, be safe out there.